Bernhard. Bernd Schuster is a German football manager most recently in charge of Spanish La Liga side Málaga and a former player. His contract with Málaga CF was terminated in May 2014, leaving him a free agent. His nickname is Der Blonde Engel. Club career: Schuster started his professional career with 1. FC L at age 18 in 1978 after a number of promising performances with the West German under-18 national team. Schuster left L after the 1980 European campaign to sign with Spain's FC Barcelona, where he flourished. During his career, he played for clubs Real Madrid, Atlético Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen. At his final team, the Mexican side Pumas de la UNAM, he appeared in 10 matches in spring 1997. FC Barcelona Schuster was an important part of the FC Barcelona team during the 1980s, leading the game from midfield and scoring many goals. His club president Josep Luis now a plus or minuses, and some trainers like Helenio Herrera, Udo Latk, Terry Venables and Luis Aragona copyrights had difficult relations with him. He won, however, the European Silver Ball in 1980 and Bronze Ball in 1981 and 1985. At age 21, in 1981, he received a bad injury on his right knee by Athletic Bilbao defender Andonigo Coixi. Real Madrid His move to Real Madrid was controversial due to the strong rivalry between Barcelona and Madrid. Bernd Schuster's style complemented the group of homegrown Madrid players known as La Quinta del Buta, who led the team to a dominance of the Spanish championship through the 1980s. Atlético Madrid Schuster signed with Atlético Madrid in autumn 1990 and helped improve the performance of Atletico's traditional games based on back passes. His long precise passes helped restore Atlético Madrid as a prominent club. Bayer Leverkusen In 1993, Schuster returned home to Germany to play for 3 seasons with Bayer Leverkusen. Despite his contributions, the club was unable to capture Bundesliga and German Cup titles, but his performances inspired much of the country to push for a place for him in the 1994 World Cup squad. In the national TV station ARD Goal of the Year election, Schuster won the first 3 places in 1994. In the UEFA Golden Jubilee poll to name the finest European players of the last 5 decades, Schuster finished 40th. International career: he was part of the West German side that won the 1980 UEFA European Football Championship in Italy, appearing in 2 of Germany's 4 matches. His performances there helped him earn the Silver Ball trophy honor as the Europe's second-best player in 1980 behind Golden Ball winner, and Germany teammate Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Overall, Schuster won 22 caps for the West German national team and retired from the German national team at the age of 24, due to his repeated disagreements with the German Football Association, then national team manager Jupp de Waal, and teammates including Paul Breitner. His refusal to take part in a match against Albania to be home for the birth of his second son David caused a sporting scandal at the time. According to Schuster, his premature retirement from the German national team was due to a major disagreement with the managements of both Barcelona and the German national team on either side of a friendly match against Brazil. Management Fortuna LN Schuster was the manager of Fortuna LN between 1 July 1997 and 30 June 1998. 1. FC LN Schuster was manager of 1. FC LN from July 1, 1998 to June 30, 1999. Schuster was unable to get the club promoted. In 2000, he applied for the manager job at Scottish club Dundee FC, but the Dundee chairman rejected his application. Xeras CD Schuster became manager of Xeras CD on June 26, 2001. Schuster managed the team successfully for 2 seasons. The second and third best seasons in the history of the club. However, he could not get the club promoted to La Liga. Shakhtar Donetsk In June 2003, he accepted a deal to coach Shakhtar Donetsk starting on July 1, 2003. Schuster established a club record number of consecutive victories. However, the team did not win the championship and did not reach the final round of the Champions League with a match against Lokomotiv Moscow. Schuster was sacked on May 5, 2004, 1 week before his team played and won the Ukrainian Cup final in 2004. Levante he went back to Spain in summer 2004 to coach Levante UD. Schuster was sacked on May 1, 2005. The sacking came with a 5-point advantage over the relegation zone with 5 matches remaining. However, Levante could not win a game and fell to the Segunda División then again. Getafe Schuster went to Getafe CF in the summer of 2005. Schuster led them to their best season in team history under his guidance. Schuster coached Getafe in their second successful season and the team did even better, 7th in La Liga. Getafe also secured entry to the 2007 Euro 08 UEFA Cup as a result of reaching the final of the Copa del Rey after overcoming a 5 Euro 2 first-leg semi-final defeat against Barcelona, beating them 4 Euro 0 in the second leg. Real Madrid Schuster was appointed manager of Real Madrid on July 9, 2007. As manager, he made a successful start with Real Madrid, taking them to top of the La Liga standings. Attacking football returned again to the Santiago Bernabéu copyright U stadium with Madrid having the strongest offense, not beaten at home from the start of the league and defeating their arch-rival Barcelona at their home ground Camp Nou, increasing their lead to 7 points between them and second place. The team qualified to the second round of the UEFA Champions League leading their group which contained Olympiacos, Werder Bremen and SS Lazio. He improved Real Madrid's style of play, switching from the unattractive defensive football during the reign of Fabio Capello to fast-paced, attacking football. After losing 2 Euro 1 to AS Roma in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League which meant the elimination of Real Madrid, many doubted that Schuster would continue to be Madrid's coach, but the club denied the allegations. On May 4, 2008, Schuster guided Real Madrid to their 31st title with 3 games to spare. On May 18, 2008, Schuster's Real Madrid achieved the highest point total, a record that was set by rivals Barcelona. He went on to win the 2008 Spanish Super Cup. Although enjoying a successful season with Madrid, Schuster had frequent confrontations with the media. Sometimes refusing to answer questions, making controversial or sarcastic statements and walking out of press conferences. On December 9, 2008, Schuster stepped down as manager after a 4 Euro 3 defeat to Sevilla FC, and speaking out publicly about his team standing no chance of beating Barcelona in the El Clasico derby match. He was replaced by Juan Ramos. Beşiktaş On June 10, 2010, Turkish club Beşiktaş announced that Schuster had agreed to become the club's new manager on a 2-year contract. Among his first signings for the club were Portuguese winger Ricardo Quaresma, Roberto Hilbert and former Real midfielder Guti, who was coached by Schuster at Madrid. Later he bolstered the squad with 3 additional Portuguese stars: Simão Paulo Sabrosa, Hugo Almeida and Manuel Fernandes. Schuster resigned on March 15, 2011 from Beşiktaş after the bad results, having frequent confrontations with the media, making controversial statements and walking out of press conferences. He was criticized by the Turkish media for trying to implement a reckless attacking style of play. Málaga Schuster became head coach at Málaga on June 12, 2013. In May 2014 his contract was terminated after he failed to achieve a top-half position in the league. Statistics Club career statistics International statistics Managerial statistics as of May 16, 2014. Personal life During his time as a player, Schuster and his wife Gabi were celebrities in Germany. Gabi had a controversial reputation, worsened when she took over the job as her husband's manager. During the Schuster's stay in Spain, Gabi was also notorious for her often public comments directed towards FC Barcelona coach Ardo Latk and national coach Jupp de Waal when her husband played for them. Gabi and Bernd Schuster are still married and have 4 children. Gabby is a sports manager, but she has not been Bernd Schuster's manager for years. Since 2008, Bernd Schuster lives separated from his wife and has a girlfriend. Honors. As player equals. Club, FC Barcelona, La Liga, 1985, Copa del Rey, 1981, 1983, 1988, European Cup Winners' Cup, 1981 a Euro 82, Supercopa de España +or-A, 1983, Copa de la Liga, 1983, 1986, European Cup, runner-up, 1986. Real Madrid, La Liga, 1989, 1990, Copa del Rey, 1989, Supercopa de España +or-A, 1989. Atla Copyright Madrid, La Liga, runner-up, 1991. Copa del Rey, 1991, 1992. National, West Germany, UEFA European Football Championship, 1980. Individual, UEFA Euro Team of the Tournament, 1980, Ballon d'Or, runner-up 1980 a Euro third place 1981 and 1985, La Liga, Don Ballacube Award for Best Foreign Player 1985, 1991. As coach equals. Club, Getafe, Copa del Rey, runner-up, 2006 a Euro 07. Real Madrid, La Liga, 2007 a Euro 08, Supercopa de España +or-A, 2008. Individual, La Liga, Miguel Mura +or-Os Trophy for Best Coach of the Year 2006. References. External links, profile at realmadrid.com, Bernd Schuster at Fußballdaten, football player profile, football coach profile.